one.
The following is a presentation of the Missouri Sports Network.
Well, hello again, everybody, and welcome to High School Game Day here on the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. And as always, brought to you by Lyona Labor's Local 663. Hey, reminding us to drive safely in those work zones. Those folks want to go home to their families as well. I know a lot of you may be headed out here to high school action throughout the state, whether it be volleyball, softball, or district football has begun, and we'll cover that. But later on in the show, we'll be hearing from our Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks Athletes of the Week. You'll hear from Fairgrove football player Kellen Lair, Mount Vernon football player Braden Dotson. You'll hear from the new record holder, national record holder from Bramer High School, Jordan Haley. Paige Bowman from Glendale will talk about her state championship in golf. Nixa's Dylan Rabore and Parker Mann will talk about their Athletes of the Week nomination, as well as Springfield Area Quarterback Club Players of the Year. And you'll hear from Will Geary from Valley Park High School. He's a soccer player who set the points total, career points total, this past week at Valley Park at 149. And maybe even sneak in a little Jax Glendenning, an interview that we did a few weeks ago from Lebanon High School. But first off, we're going to talk a little bit about the district football matchups tonight. We'll start off in Class 6, brought to you by Silo Ridge Golf and Country. Silo Ridge Golf and Country Club here in Bolivar, Missouri, one of the nicest golf courses in the entire state. Go by and check them out at Silo Ridge Golf and Country Club. Class 6 District 1, Seckman is the 1 seed, and they receive a bye. Jackson's the 2 seed, and they also receive a bye. So tonight will be Oakville versus Northwest in a 4-5 matchup. And Fox will travel to Lindbergh in Class 6 District 1. In Class 6 District 2, CBC will get the only bye there, as Vianney will travel to Lafayette in a 4-5 matchup. And next week will be Francis Howell traveling to Kirkwood. In Class 6 District 3, DeSmet and Rittenauer get the byes. Tonight you'll feature Hazelwood West traveling to Pattonville, and Hazelwood Central will be at St. Louis University High School. In Class 6 District 4, Troy Buchanan gets the bye, and the 4-5 matchup will be Francis Howell Central at Hickman. Next week in the 2-3 matchup will be Rockbridge hosting St. Dominic. As we move into Class 6 District 5, we welcome to High School Game Day from Alan Hilliard Sports. Alan Hilliard. Alan, how you doing, buddy?
Oh, I'm doing great here, Guy.
Now, you've got a matchup tonight that you're covering, and that'll be in that Class 6 District 5 where Nixa gets the bye. And tonight will be the only game in that district going on. Will be Waynesville traveling to Ozark in that 4-5 matchup. And obviously, you're covering Waynesville.
Yes, it would be a rematch from earlier this year where I believe it was a 1-point ball game earlier in the season. So Waynesville does have some injuries, but Nixa also, I'm sure, has a few injuries along there. So it should be a pretty good game. Figure in the last 2 games, these 2 teams have had a 4-point difference going back since last season.
And of course, we're referring to Ozark, and as Waynesville will make their way to Ozark, Kickapoo will be at Joplin, and those games are next week, as that just is a 5-team district, and obviously Nixa is the overwhelming favorite in this district.
Yes, the winner of this will play Nixa, and coming out of this district, it's going to be a pretty tough effort for one of these teams to overcome Nixa in a district title game.
As you look around, we'll move into that Class 6 District 6 where Lee Summit North is, who is, I believe, the 3rd-ranked team just behind Nixa in the state, and Lee Summit North receives a bye. Tonight, the only game in that district will be Raymore Peculiar, who's had a really tough season, and they will travel to Lee Summit West. And then next week, Rockhurst, the 3 seed, will travel to Lee Summit, who Lee Summit North narrowly beat here in Week 9 to secure that one seed. In Class 6 District 7, at Blue Springs South receives the bye. The 4-5 matchup will be Truman at Blue Springs. And then Liberty North next week will travel to Liberty. Liberty North is the defending Class 6 state champion, and they're the 3 seed in that district. And in Class 6 District 8, Park Hill will receive the bye. They await the winner of Staley, who will be at Park Hill South. Next week in the 2-3 matchup will be Oak Park hosting North Kansas City. We'll go back up here and cover the 8-man football districts. In District 1, Lockwood receives a bye. The 4-5 matchup will be Jasper traveling to Liberal. And next week will be New Heights Christian at Greenfield. And in 8-man football, District 2, Archie, the 1 seed, receives a bye. The 4-5 matchup will be Osceola at Rich Hill. Next week will be Drexel at Appleton City. In District 3, Concordia receives the bye. And Sweet Springs tonight will travel to St. Paul Lutheran. And Northwest gets a bye as well. And tonight you'll see Keatsville traveling to Slater. And in 8-man District 4, Bramer is the 1 seed. And we'll hear from Bramer head coach here later on in the show with his record-setting quarterback, Jordan Haley. Bramer gets the 1. Santa Fe will be at Oric tonight. Hardin Central is the 2 seed. They receive a bye tonight. And Southwest will travel to Wellington Napoleon. In 8-man District 5, Bishop LeBlond gets the bye as the 1 seed. St. Joe Christian, the 2 seed, they also receive a bye. The 4-5 matchup tonight will be DeKalb at Northland Christian, and Stewartsville will be at Plattsburgh in a 3-6 matchup. And in District 6, Rockport and West Nottoway receive byes. Rockport, the 1 seed, West Nottoway, the 2 seed. Tonight will be Tarkio at Mound City in the 4-5 game, and South Holt will be at North Andrew in the 3-6 matchup. And in 8-man District 7, Albany receives a bye, as does Platte Valley, the 2 seed, receive a bye. Tonight, Pattonsburg will be at King City in the 4-5 matchup. And last night, Worth County defeated Stanberry in the 3-6 matchup, 60-0. And in District 8, North Shelby receives the bye. Princeton will be at Knox County tonight. Next week will be Schuyler County at Paris. In Class 1, brought to you by Bambino's Italian Cafe at East Battlefield and Lone Pine. Hey, come by and join us on Monday for the Quarterback Club Awards Banquet. We will recognize our Coaches of the Year from Springfield City, the Springfield area, small and large schools. In Class 1, District 1, St. Vincent receives the bye. The only game going on tonight in Class 1, District 1 will be the 8-9 matchup, and that's Louisiana at Veritas Christian. All the other games are next week. In Class 1, District 2, Tipton receives a first-round bye, and West Strand also receives a bye. The only game tonight will be the 8-9 game, which will be Lynn at Crestridge. And in Class 1, District 3, Marionville, the 1 seed, number 2 ranked in the state, they receive a bye, as does Adrian, the 2 seed. This is an unusually large district with 10 teams. So tonight there will be 2 games, as Miller will travel to Kabul and Skyline will be at Lincoln. In Class 1, District 4, Penny, the 1 seed, they receive a bye. The only game in that district this week was played last night, as Maysville, the 9 seed, defeats Gallatin, the 8 seed, 27-20, and they will now travel to Penny. Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks brings you Class 2. Class 2, District 1, Valley Catholic is the 1 seed. They receive a bye. Tonight will be Kelly at New Madrid County in the 4-5 matchup. Portageville will travel to Caruthersville. Scott City will be at East Prairie. Class 2, District 2, Herman is the 1 seed, and they receive a bye. Tonight's games will be Grandview at St. Pius, Montgomery County at Bowling Green, and Priory at Jefferson. In Class 1, District 3, Lafayette County receives the bye. South Callaway will be at North Callaway tonight. Lexington will be at Father Tolton, and Carrollton will be at Centralia. Class 2, District 4, there's 8 teams in this district, and tonight the 1 seed Fairgrove will host Willow Springs. Clever will be at Thayer. Springfield Catholic is at Mountain View Liberty, and Houston is at Ava. Class 5, District 5, Warsaw is the 1 seed, and they receive a bye. Tonight will be El Dorado Springs at Sarcoxy. Pleasant Hope will be at Lamar, and Diamond will be at Stockton. Class 2, District 6, Pembroke Hill receives the bye. It'll be Butler at Sherwood, Hogan Prep at KIPP KC Legacy, and Lone Jack will be at Holden. In Class 2, District 7, South Shelby gets the bye as the 1 seed. Macon will be at Mark Twain. Highland will be at Monroe City. Clark County will be at Palmyra. And in Class 2, District 8, 1 game played last night in that district, but Brookfield gets the bye. Tonight, Lawson will be at Harrison, and last night, the 2 seed Mid-Buchanan defeat Lathrop 58-0. And then in the 3-6 matchup, East Buchanan will be at Trenton. Class 3, brought to you by Central Bank of the Ozarks. In Class 3, District 1, Dexter gets the bye. Tonight will be Potosi at Fredericktown. Kennett will be at Park Hill Central. Herculaneum will be at St. Genevieve. Class 3, District 2, Borgia receives the bye. Lutheran South will be at Live for Life. That game will be played Saturday, as will Owensville at John Burroughs. Tonight we'll have Principia at St. Clair. Class 3, District 3, St. Charles West receives the bye. Hallsville is at Winfield. Duchesne is at Wright City. Fulton is at Moberly. Class 3, District 4, Blair Oaks, the 1 seed, they receive the bye. California will be at Southern Boone. Versailles will be at Booneville, and Eldon will be at Knobnoster. Class 3, District 5, Stratford is the 1 seed, and you'll be hearing from Stratford head coach Tim Hester and Ryder Ross later on in the show today. St. James will be at Cuba tonight. Buffalo is at Mount Vernon. First time that those two have ever played in their history. Salem will be at Mountain Grove. Class 3, District 6, Seneca is the 1 seed, and right now probably the favorite to win the state title. Aurora will be at Reed Spring. Hollister is at Forsyth, and East Newton is at Cassville. Class 3, District 7, Odessa receives the bye. University Academy will be at Summit Christian. Kansas City Central will be at St. Michael. Clinton will be at Oak Grove. And in Class 3, District 8, Richmond is your 1 seed and receives the bye. Benton will be at Cameron. St. Joe Lafayette will be at Maryville. Northeast Kansas City will be at Chillicothe. Bringing you Class 4 district matchups presented by Liuna, Laborers Local 663. Feel the power. Class 4, District 1, Festus receives the bye. DeSoto will be at North County, Windsor at Perryville, and Sykeston will be at Hillsboro. And in Class 4, District 2, Gateway receives the bye. Roosevelt will be at Union. Afton will be at Sullivan, and Bayless will be at Pacific. Class 4, District 4, or District 3, Lutheran North, the 1 seed, after a huge win last week over Cardinal Ritter, they receive the bye. Confluence Prep will be at Jennings. Soldan will be at Miller Career Academy. Normandy at University City. Class 4, District 4, Parkway North receives the bye. Fort Zumwalt East will be at Clayton. Lutheran St. Charles will be at Orchard Farm. St. Charles will be at Westminster Christian, and that game will be on Saturday. Class 4, District 5, Warrenton receives the bye as the 1 seed. Fort Zumwalt South will be at Osage. Mexico will be at Kirksville, and Holt will be at Hannibal. Class 6, District 6, West Plains is the 1 seed, and they receive a bye. Marshall will be at Logan Rogersville. McDonald County will be at Carl Junction, and Monette travels to Bolivar. And in District 7, Pleasant Hill, the 1 seed, they receive the bye. Grandview will be at Harrisonville. Marshall will be at Warrensburg, and Raytown South will be at Nevada. And in Class 4, District 8, Kearney's the 1 seed. Excelsior Springs will be at Van Horn. Central will be at Smithville. Southeast will be at Savannah. Your Class 5 district schedule brought to you by Great Southern Bank. Great Southern Bank with more than 100 locations in 6 states. Great Southern Bank. They care as much about your money as you do and understanding what really matters. Member FDIC. Class 5 District 1, Cardinal Ritter is the 1 seed. Melville will be at St. Mary's, Webster Groves at Cape Central, Poplar Bluff at Farmington. Class 5 District 2, Eureka is the 1 seed. Parkway West will be at Washington, Parkway Central at Lafayette, and Parkway South at Rockwood Summit. And in Class 5 District 3, Hazelwood East is the 1 seed. Ladue will be at Riverview Gardens. That game will be played on Saturday. Tonight, McClure will be at MICDS, and McClure North will be at Chaminade. In Class 4 District 4, Fort Zumwalt North receives the bye. Battle will be at Fort Zumwalt West. Francis Howell North will be at Liberty, and Timberland will be at North Point. Class 5 District 5, Halia is the 1 seed. Camdenton will be at Rolla. Smith Cotton will be at Capital City. Jeff City will be at Lebanon. Class 5 District 6, Branson is the 1 seed. Glendale will be at Willard. Another rematch there as well. Coach Frank Tristan, head coach at Glendale, goes to his old team, the Willard Tigers. Republic will be at Springfield Central, and Hillcrest will be at Parkview. And in Class 5 District 7, Carthage receives the bye. Raytown will be at Neosho. Ruskin will be at Green Valley, and Belton will be at Webb City. And in Class 5 District 8, Platte County is the 1 seed. Winnetonka will be at St. Joe Central. William Chrisman will be at St. Pius X, and Lincoln Prep will be at Fort Osage. And that'll wrap up our football schedule for tonight and Saturday, and a couple of 3 games played last night. Just updating the Final Four in softball. Class 5 semifinals were played yesterday. Lafayette defeated Liberty North. Liberty North 6-0. Rockbridge defeated Elias Catholic 7-0. In the Class 4 semifinals yesterday, Belton defeated Corhezu 12-3, and Father Tolton defeated Westminster 1-0. Kind of updating just the action that's going on right now at the time of this recording. After 3 innings, St. Elizabeth was leading Stanberry, and Gallatin, it was 1-0 there, and Gallatin is leading Paris 4-1 in Class 1 semifinals, and that game has gone to the 7th, and we'll update that, and it is a final as Gallatin hangs on. They defeat Paris 4-3 in the Class 1 semifinals. 4-3. So congratulations as they move into the championships. You're listening to the Missouri Sports Network at MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. Hey, and as always, the Missouri State Highway Patrol reminds us to take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. Be safe, be smart, and be here tomorrow. We'll be right back and hear from the interviews that we conducted earlier this week with our athletes of the week here on the Missouri Sports Network. Stay tuned.
I'll have the avocado toast minus the avocado.
So, toast.
Yeah. Everything is so expensive these days.
Hey, Chevy gets it. That's why they're keeping prices down to earth, like on the most affordable EV in America. A super strong and capable Chevy truck. And a high-tech Chevy SUV. Why is Chevy making affordable vehicles connected by OnStar? It's so together, we can do more.
We believe banking should make your life greater. It starts with affordable options to meet today's needs and tomorrow's dreams. From smart account options that fit your style to flexible loans for what comes next. It means convenient ways to access and manage your money whenever you need it and wherever you're headed. Most of all, it takes great support. Someone you can count on for trusted guidance and to be there for you every step of the way. Great options, great convenience, great support for life. Great Southern Bank, understanding what really matters.
What rhymes with great?
Participate!
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great!
Participate!
Chevy, it's time for a fresh approach and a new perspective. And find the Chevy that's right for you. Find new experiences, find new roads. Chevrolet.
Hey, welcome back to High School Game Day here on the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. Presented, as always, by Liuna, Labor's Local 663, who remind us, hey, drive safely in those work zones. Those folks want to go home to their families as well. Continuing with our Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks Athletes of the Week segment, we bring in Fairgrove head football coach Bill Voris. Coach Voris, thanks for your time today.
Yeah, thanks for having us on.
Coach, first off, a tremendous season, undefeated at this point, number one ranked team in the state, number one in your Class 2 district tournament. Tell us about the season kind of as a whole and what you guys are doing really well right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously it's been a really exciting season for these seniors. You know, we've got a strong senior class. With it being kind of a new season for us, we added several teams to our conference. It kind of shook up the schedule a little bit. And just having an opportunity to play some teams that these guys hadn't seen before kind of kept things fresh for us all year long. Like I said, really senior heavy, senior led. So keeping guys interested and motivated for football wasn't necessarily the challenge, but these guys have responded well. You know, they're football players, not just guys that play football. So that's what's contributed to this season to this point. We're really excited about where we've gotten ourselves and what's coming up in the future.
You know, you mentioned the new conference where you get to see teams like a Buffalo, Hollister, Springfield Catholic, even a Reed Spring team. What does that do for you in preparation for the postseason?
Yeah, like I said, it was good to see some new opponents, see some new offenses, some new defenses, new coaching styles, stuff that we hadn't seen, consistently. And so then some better competition. You know, we added several Class 3 schools, and so overall our conference got better as a football school, and all athletic programs got better in our conference. So it was good to be able to see some new competitions, some better competition all year long.
Yeah, you get ready to take on tonight in a district tournament. You've got Willow Springs. They're 2-7, but they're coming out of a similar situation in a very tough, South Central Association conference. That SCA, they play football well. What do you know about Willow Springs, and what are you gonna have to do tonight to come out on top?
Yeah, I mean, you said it, like that conference. You can't really ever look at records when you're talking about playing that conference because they beat up on each other. They're a much improved football team, especially from a year ago. I mean, I know that they've got 7 losses, but they've been in several of those games. They've got some really explosive young talent. You know, they do a lot of different things on offense, which is going to provide going to be a challenge for our defense tonight. And the themes that I'd seen them play on defense were against teams that don't play the same style of offense we do. So we're going to kind of go into this one blind a little bit about what they're going to do. We're going to have to overcome some adversity and figure out what we're going to do offensively when we get there, I guess.
Outstanding. Well, Coach, this is a Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks Athlete of the Week segment presented by the Missouri State Highway Patrol. And alongside, you have the Springfield Area Quarterback Club's small school most valuable player, Kellen Laird. Tell us a little bit about Kellen and what he brings to the program.
Yeah, Kellen's an extremely explosive player. I mean, he's been a 3-year starter for us now. He's been 2-time kick returner, first-team kick returner, All-State. Last year, he was second-team All-State running back. We've had some really good football players come through here, and we've had some coaches that have been here through several of those guys. And they talk about Kellen being at the top of the guys that have ever played football here. He's the most explosive offensive player I've ever had a chance to coach. And so it's fun to see what he can do with the football and just watch, him grow as a player.
Kellen, how are you today?
I'm good. You?
I'm doing well. Kellen, first off, on behalf of Chevrolet and the Missouri State Highway Patrol, congratulations for being named an Athlete of the Week.
Thank you.
Kellen, tell us a little bit about yourself. When did you start playing football? When did you get excited about the position? I've heard a lot about the kick returns, punt returns, things like that. Is that a position that you've been playing for a number of years?
Yeah, I started when I was pretty young. I started with the Mighty Mites, and I've always pretty much been the same position, but I got real excited to play this spot when I saw when I was in middle school, when I saw the high school players after they score touchdowns, they get all hype. I've known I always wanted to do that, so I was like, I got to play that spot.
Tell us a little bit about now, a lot of teams don't kick it to you. and that's got to be frustrating. But when you're back and preparing to receive a kick, what's going through your mind? What are you thinking about?
Oh, I'm just thinking if I get the ball, I got to make the most of it and get as far up the field as I can. I got to get in a good position for my team.
What now offensively, Coach alluded to the fact you were second team All-State as a running back. How long have you been in that position?
Running back, I've played since sophomore year.
What are your thoughts and how do you get prepared? I mean, tonight you've got a Willow Springs team. What are you doing throughout today to get mentally and physically prepared for tonight's contest?
We just go through our day like it's a normal school day. And once we get into our 7th hour, our weights, we meditate for a little bit to get in the right mindset, and then before the game stop goofing around, and we get set on that person or that team that we're facing.
Very good. Did you have any team or personal goals coming into this season?
To make it past any team any Fairgrove team that's played so far in win state.
Very good. Well, Kellen, again, on behalf of Chevrolet and the Missouri State Highway Patrol, congratulations on being named a High School Athlete of the Week.
Thank you.
You bet. Congratulations. Coach, what do you got planned the rest of the day here as you prepare for your first round of district?
Well, I mean, I've got several different weights classes. You know, we have some junior high weights classes, and then I'll go and I'll monitor the ISS room for a while. Hopefully, there's not very many customers in there today, and so they'll give me an opportunity to watch some more film and get my play sheet and everything together. Today, I sit down with Coach Fabian, our offensive coordinator, and kind of go through potential game plans and a script and that sort of thing. And then we got 7th hour weights. I know lots of schools do this, but we always try and lift heavy on game days. So like today will be power clean deadlift day. And then like Kellen said, we'll take the last 10 minutes and meditate, try and get our minds in a good place and then cut them loose. And here we go.
What time do the gates open there at Fairgrove?
I think they'll start letting people in around 6, kickoffs at 7.
Outstanding. And obviously it's going to be tough to top the atmosphere from a week ago.
Yeah, that was really special. I hope everybody that was there, I hope these kids, they really look back at that and realize how big a deal that was and how special it was. That's not very often that high school kids get that kind of atmosphere, especially before the playoffs.
Very good. Well, Coach, congratulations on the season up to this point. We hope to be able to visit with you throughout the playoffs.
Appreciate it, guy.
You bet. You're watching the Missouri Sports Network at MissouriSportsNetwork.com. It's high school game day, and we'll be back after these messages.
I'll have the avocado toast, minus the avocado.
So, toast.
Yeah. Everything is so expensive these days.
Hey, Chevy gets it. That's why they're keeping prices down to earth, like on the most affordable EV in America. A super strong and capable Chevy truck. And a high-tech Chevy SUV. Why is Chevy making affordable vehicles connected by OnStar? It's so together we can do more.
We believe banking should make your life greater. It starts with affordable options to meet today's needs and tomorrow's dreams. From smart account options that fit your style to flexible loans for what comes next. It means convenient ways to access and manage your money whenever you need it and wherever you're headed. Most of all, it takes great support. Someone you can count on for trusted guidance and to be there for you every step of the way. Great options, great convenience, great support for life. Great Southern Bank, understanding what really matters.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends. Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
When you drive a Chevy, it's time for a fresh approach and a new perspective. And find the Chevy that's right for you. Find new experiences, find new roads. Chevrolet.
Hey, welcome back to High School Game Day here on the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. And as always, presented by Lyona Labor's Local 663, who remind us, hey, drive safely in those work zones. those folks want to go home to their families as well. Also presented by the Bank of Billings. Bank of Billings, established 1889, the oldest bank in Christian County. As we continue here with our Springfield Area Quarterback Club Awards, we go down to Mount Vernon, Missouri. We welcome in Mount Vernon Mountaineers head football coach Tom Cox. Coach Cox, thanks for your time today.
Thanks for having us, Guy.
Coach, 6-3 record right now, the 2 seed in the district here. Talk about the season up to this point and what your thoughts are going into districts.
Sure. We've had a good season. We certainly would hope to have more victories. We do have 3 defeats this year. We lost to Seneca in week 2. Then we lost to Nevada 2 weeks ago in a great game, close game at the end. And then we lost to Monette in a shootout Friday night to put us at a record of 6-3. So as you said, it puts us second in the district, and it's a new district for us, something that we have not been a part of ever.
Yeah, I noticed the first round opponent is Buffalo. And of course, I'm a graduate of Mount Vernon and have paid attention. I mean, that's 30 years ago, but have kind of paid close attention. And I couldn't remember any time playing the Bison. And so I went back and looked, and I don't believe there is any record of Mount Vernon and Buffalo ever playing.
No, and it's interesting because the district that we're in, the other 6 schools, Mount Vernon has never played any of the 6 in a varsity contest in football. We've played Stratford in a JV game one time, I believe, to my knowledge.
Coach, here as you head into this week 10, what do you feel like your team is doing really well right now?
We've been scoring a lot of points. We're averaging over 36 points a game. We're averaging 405 total yards per game. So we've had good output, but here the last couple of weeks, we have given up quite a few points with 2 totally different style offenses with Nevada, pretty ground heavy, very ground heavy. And then with Monette that likes to throw it. I think they threw it, 56 times the other night. So we're playing well offensively. We need to shore some things up on our special teams and on defense. But we're looking forward to getting into the postseason and hopefully making a good run.
As I mentioned, this is our Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks Athlete of the Week segment presented by the Missouri State Highway Patrol. And we bring in Braden Dotson, who's the Springfield Area Quarterback Club Small School Defensive Player of the Year. Coach, tell us a little bit about Braden.
Sure. Braden's just a great player. We're certainly glad to have him. He started for us for 4 years on both offense and defense. He broke the Mount Vernon career rushing record early in the season, and he just continues to add to it. He did not play against Monette the other night, which has a big impact on our football team anytime he's not in there. But Braden has a very, very good, very high football IQ, as he does in other sports. He was the Class 4 first-team All-State catcher this past spring. So he's got quite a few skills, but he really has a great competitive spirit about him when he gets out there on the field. He's rushed for over 1,000 yards this year in 8 games, and he's made an incredible amount of tackles and plays, tackles for losses, and he's just got the ability. I think he's got great vision, and he's got quick reactions that he can kind of contort his body, get off blocks, get around them, and make plays. And that's what he does. He's a playmaker, and couldn't be more happy for him, excited for him to be named this small school Defensive Player of the Year.
Braden, how are you today?
Good. How are you?
I am very good. First, on behalf of Chevrolet and the Missouri State Highway Patrol, congratulations on being named an Athlete of the Week.
Thank you.
And also on behalf of the Springfield Area Quarterback Club, congratulations on the Small School Defensive Player of the Year.
Thank you. It means a lot.
And Braden, I'm a mandated reporter for the Missouri State Highway Patrol, so my first question is this: do you always wear your seatbelt?
Yes, I actually do.
Very, very good. Well, Braden, tell us a little bit about what you do to kind of get prepared for a game. Let's say you're playing tonight, which you're not. Now, when this airs, you will be. But what are you doing to kind of get mentally and physically prepared throughout the week for a game?
I mean, it really just focus on practice and build more chemistry with your players, and also helps drinking lots of water. And usually like 3 days before a game, I usually just drink a lot of Propel and Pedialyte so I can stay hydrated. So I try not to come out of the game much.
And Braden, as you look back, going back to your freshman year, and you started as a freshman, have you played this same position the entire time?
No, I think I'm on my third defensive position. Played safety my freshman year, and I played inside linebacker my sophomore year, and in the past 2 years, I played outside linebacker.
Do you have a favorite of those positions?
I'd probably say inside linebacker is probably my favorite because it's really nice being able to just stuff a run play, and feels a lot better. But also strong safety was really nice because, I'm kind of short, so it really helps.
Yeah. Well, how do you think you being a multi-sport athlete, how does playing the other sports, did you find it helps you playing football as well?
Yeah, especially in the weight room, we can really build get stronger, and then so I play baseball, and the stronger you are, it's easier to hit harder balls and throw faster, and I'm a catcher, so squatting is really important. So yeah, build up stronger legs. So yeah.
When you break the huddle, and against Monette, you probably didn't get to huddle very much, knowing the Mawks. But what are you looking for? Are you trying to, as far as what are you keying on, without giving away any trade secrets? But what's something that you're paying particular attention to?
Usually how the guards and tackles get how fast they are off the ball, and how fast they get to the ball, and have their hand on the ground faster, or if they don't have their hand at all, and try to and if they're sitting back they're getting ready to pull or something.
Is it on the other side of the ball, offensively, what are you looking for? Are you looking for maybe that Mike linebacker, or maybe what your position is on defense? Are you trying to find that guy?
Yeah, I mainly just look at the linebacker's body languages, because bad body language doesn't do any good with a team. So you can tell if they're tired, and if someone shows they're tired, it's kind of easier to run their way and getting someone to block them.
Again, we're visiting with the Springfield Area Quarterback Club Small School Defensive Player of the Year from Mount Vernon, Braden Dotson. And Braden, let's say you could get in a time machine, and you could go back to that freshman Braden Dotson and give that young man some advice based on what you know now as a senior. What advice would you give yourself? Whether it be in the weight room more, classroom more, what advice would you give yourself knowing what you know right now as a senior?
It would probably take everything more serious, because my freshman year, we didn't really take much serious because we started a lot of young guys, so no one really took much serious besides especially in the weight room, no one really, I wouldn't say cared, but everyone cared, obviously. But I feel it's a lot more intense this year. We are expected to be good, so you can't you got to expect to, I guess, play good. So
very good. As you look back on your career, and maybe it's a game this year, are there games you find that even 30 years later after I graduated, there are games I would like to go back and play again? Man, maybe it's a game we got beat that we maybe could have won, or maybe it's a game you had a great game. Were there games that you'd really like to go back and just do over because it was so much fun, or maybe you'd like to take another shot at getting a win?
Yeah, I'd probably say my freshman year against Lamar, we lost 63-7, and that's the one score I mainly remember out of every game we've played my whole 4 years. I can't really remember what last week's score was, but I just have Lamar's score in my head freshman year, and losing 63-7, and our 7 points came the final minute, and yeah, they just kept running the score up and didn't really show mercy until the fourth quarter. But yeah, probably that game.
Very good. Well, Braden, once again, on behalf of Chevrolet and the Missouri State Highway Patrol, congratulations for being named Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks Athlete of the Week.
Thank you.
You bet. Coach, what do you got planned between now and game time?
Well, we'll practice here in a relatively short period of time. We'll kind of clean things up it's a Thursday practice for us. So a lot of special team stuff and just kind of review what we've installed this week. And just at this point in the season, we're trying to just keep getting better, stay consistent. We want to be playing our best football as we get into the playoffs. And here against the first round, got Buffalo, and they look good on film to me. They haven't won very many games, but they've played some really good football. So we'll have to play well, and we certainly expect to do that.
Eddie Phillips, the head coach at Buffalo, a longtime friend and just a tremendous person as well. And I know he does a good job over there. So even at 1-8 at this time of the year, it's win or go home.
Yep. I've known Eddie also, and I agree. He does a great job over there with the guys that he's got. And they've had some really good teams in the recent years. And so we expect nothing but a hard-fought battle.
You bet. Coach, again, thanks for setting this up. Braden, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank
You're
you.
watching High School Game Day on the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. Back after this.
I'll have the avocado toast minus the avocado.
So, toast.
Yeah. Everything is so expensive these days.
Hey, Chevy gets it. That's why they're keeping prices down to earth, like on the most affordable EV in America. A super strong and capable Chevy truck. And a high-tech Chevy SUV. Why is Chevy making affordable vehicles connected by OnStar? It's so together we can do more.
We believe banking should make your life greater. It starts with affordable options to meet today's needs and tomorrow's dreams. From smart account options that fit your style to flexible loans for what comes next. It means convenient ways to access and manage your money whenever you need it and wherever you're headed. Most of all, it takes great support. Someone you can count on for trusted guidance and to be there for you every step of the way. Great options, great convenience, great support for life. Great Southern Bank, understanding what really matters.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends. Yeah! Be great. Participate.
When you drive a Chevy, it's time for a fresh approach and a new perspective. And find the Chevy that's right for you. Find new experiences, find new roads. Chevrolet.
Hey, welcome back to High School Game Day here on the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. And as always, presented by Liuna, Labor's Local 663, Building Missouri, and reminding us, hey, drive safely in those work zones. Those folks want to go home to their families as well. Also presented by the Bank of Billings. Bank of Billings established 1898, the oldest bank in Christian County. We go back to Bramer High School for the second time in the last couple of years for our Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks Athlete of the Week segment. And we welcome the Bramer head football coach, Clayton Brown. Coach Brown, thanks so much for your time today.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having us on. Really appreciate it.
You bet. Coach, first ooff, let's talk a little bit about the season here as you head into districts. You're a one seed in your district to get a bye. What do you feel like your team's doing really well right now?
Yeah, 9-0. They put together another good regular season. We're doing a lot of things well. Nothing as well as we'd like to. Obviously, it doesn't ever seem like, but offense has always been there. With Jordan, that things are pretty easy for the most part with the offense. Most of the time we can score. So defense this year has been huge for us. We haven't kicked as many onside kicks, but we made some adjustments on defense. We do a little better job coaching it, honestly, and putting the kids in a more realistic position to be successful. So we're doing a better job from a coaching perspective with the defense and just what we're doing and what we're asking the kids to do. And really, we're playing well on both sides of the ball right now, doing a lot of really good things. We've always got things to work on, but really proud of the kids and the way that they're executing right now, especially going into the first round of districts, because now it's win or go home. So we've got to be on our game at this point.
Right, the 1 seed, so you get a bye. How are you going to spend your Friday night, and how familiar are you with the teams in your district?
Very familiar with the teams in our district. Not super familiar, I guess, with Santa Fe and Oric, but those are teams we've played in years past, pretty recently. So we're pretty familiar with those guys. Oric, it seems like we saw them 2 or 3 times a year for the last few years, but we don't have them this year. Obviously Hardin, we saw them a few weeks ago, but it kind of depends on how everything shakes out and who all we see, over these next few weeks. But for the most part, we're pretty familiar. We're pretty familiar. They're pretty familiar with us, and we're going to have to execute and be ready to play. That's for sure.
Outstanding. Well, got a young man sitting there beside you, and the second time you guys have been on as part of our Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks Athletes of the Week presented by the Missouri State Highway Patrol. Tell us a little bit about Jordan and how he's progressed over the last couple of seasons.
Definitely. So I've been coaching Jordan or helping coach Jordan at least since he was a freshman. He took over the reins his first day. He's been the starter ever since he stepped in to high school, pretty much for the most part. So we didn't throw the ball a lot early on. The first couple of games we were running the veer, doing some different stuff, and we put this stuff in, and it kind of the rest is history. He's been rewriting the record books pretty much ever since then. I think now he's the all-time leading touchdown passes. As far as I know, no one has ever thrown more touchdown passes than him in high school football ever. So, that's a big deal in my opinion. I know it's 8-man football. Some people look down on it, but, I'm pretty familiar with the 11-man game, spent a lot of time in it, and I think pretty highly of the 8-man game now that I've gotten pretty familiar with it over the last 4 years. I think it's a great opportunity for kids, in small schools that, still get the same opportunities to play football, and it's still football. There's more scoring, which I like. I get kind of bored watching the 11-man stuff. Honestly, it seems like they go a whole half without scoring, and really, Jordan, he's an 11-man quarterback playing the 8-man game, and we run man beaters, and really for the most part, he does a great job executing and doing what we ask him. He understands how to be successful, what it takes to be successful, and ever since he stepped foot in high school, like I said, he's been the guy. He's been the leader of this team, and I don't think he's ever missed a weight session or anything like that. The kid puts in the hard work, and he's earned every bit of the recognition that he's got to this point.
Outstanding. Well, Jordan, how are you? And welcome to the show.
Good. How are you?
I am good. And first off, congratulations on your second Chevrolet Athlete of the Week award presented by the Missouri State Highway Patrol. And my first question, and I'm a mandated reporter now for the Highway Patrol. I've been doing this a lot of years. Do you always wear your seatbelt?
Yes, sir.
Outstanding. Well, Jordan, tell us a little bit. Number one, were you aware that you were approaching that national record? Coach says all time, this is a national record. This is not a Missouri record. This is a national record. Were you aware that you were approaching that number?
Yeah, I knew, but I didn't think too much of it. My goal was just go out there and win football games. I wasn't thinking too much of the record. I knew it was very possible to reach, so it wasn't on my mind in the game. I just wanted to win.
Do you remember the pass that you threw that broke the record?
Yes, I do. Actually, we were on about the 3-yard line, and our tight end Bowden Bills ran a little 5-yard out and caught it in the end zone. He was wide open.
Very good. Do you have and don't tell me what they are, I'm not trying to give away any trade secrets, but do you have plays that you really enjoy when they get called?
Yeah.
Is that something you're lobbying Coach Brown for? Hey, let's go run this. I mean,
probably all verts. Yeah. That's a favorite one. I think everybody likes that one though.
Yeah. And Jordan, going back to maybe your 6th, 7th grade year, have you always been the quarterback? Have you always been in that leadership role, or when did you take that over?
Yeah, I started playing quarterback actually my 6th grade year. My little brother, Jamison Haley, was the quarterback all through Pee Wee football. He's now our starting center and starting defensive tackle. But yeah, he played quarterback all the way to 6th grade year, and I took over 6th grade, and I've played quarterback since then.
Very good. If you could get in a time machine
mm-hmm.
and go back to that 6th grader, that Jordan Haley as a 6th grader, and give yourself some advice based on what you know now as a senior, what advice would you give that sixth grader, Jordan Haley?
Actually, I did not like the idea of me switching to quarterback in sixth grade. I was the running back, and I got the ball a lot, so I liked that. But when I switched, I wasn't a big fan of it. But when I switched, we started passing a lot more than we did, so I liked it. But yeah, one advice I'd give is just accept the role, and because it's obviously it's a lot of fun playing quarterback.
Yeah, and we talked a little bit off the air about your future.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about what your plans are, and I know you've got a lot of football left this season.
Yeah.
To get to a state championship, but as you look forward, what are some of the goals that you have at the next level?
One goal is play somewhere for sure. No matter where it is, I just want to play college football. I want to get an opportunity to show people what I can do in 11-man.
And he most certainly can play at the 11-man level. So I know there's questions about that. There always is in the 8-man game. Can they play at the 11-man level? It's a lot different. But if you watch this kid spin it, he can play anywhere. So somebody out there having trouble moving the ball ought to give this kid a chance, in my opinion.
Jordan, any particular area of study, or what do you want to do with your future?
Yeah, I want to get a degree in physical education and become a coach at somewhere.
Very good. Who influenced that? Is that family, or is it former coaches that you've had that have maybe talked to you, hey, you need to be a coach?
Yeah, my family has always been my dad coached me all the way up through when I was younger, till 7th grade, till junior high. He was my coach. And, yeah, Coach Brown being a coach, I just looked up to him too. A lot of people have told me that I help coach little kids basketball. Right now, I help coach little kids basketball. I help coach football. I help with the junior high football team this year a lot too. So, I don't know. I just love doing it.
Outstanding. Well, Jordan, again, on behalf of Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks and the Missouri State Highway Patrol, congratulations for being a 2-time winner of the Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks Athlete of the Week.
Thank you.
Bet. Coach, you got a bye. How you spending your bye time?
We got practice tonight. We're gonna do a little scrimmaging, get some stuff in, but then I'm giving them tomorrow night off. Let them heal up and rest a little bit. Go enjoy their Friday night and be kids, and then we'll get back to work next week, just like usual on Monday with our film session and weights and everything, just like normal. So this week we're practicing still, but we're taking a couple days off, letting them heal up and getting right before we get into districts next week, and we're full steam ahead.
Outstanding. Well, Coach, I appreciate you helping set this up. Congratulations on a tremendous season, and hopefully we'll get to visit with you here as you make your trek towards a state title.
Absolutely. Thanks a lot for having us. Really appreciate it.
You bet. You're watching the Missouri Sports Network at MissouriSportsNetwork.com, and as always, the Missouri State Highway Patrol reminds us, hey, take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. Be safe, be smart, and be here tomorrow. Back after this.
Thanks.
In the heart of Springfield on historic Walnut Street, just blocks away from the Missouri State campus, Hammons Field, Great Southern Arena, and downtown Springfield. The Walnut Street Inn features newly remodeled rooms, breakfast served daily, and a friendly, accommodating staff. The Walnut Street Inn is also a great venue for private events. Book your stay or get more information at walnutstreetinn.com or call 417-864-6346.
Imagine a bank that goes where you go, creating seamless solutions for every step in your financial journey, allowing you to manage your money the way you want to, with a banking relationship that makes every day extraordinary. Imagine a world full of possibilities, always within reach. Central Bank. We do banking better.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 290,000 participants here in Missouri who take part in high school sports or activities.
When you drive a Chevy, it's time for a fresh approach and a new perspective, and find the Chevy that's right for you. Find new experiences, find new roads. Chevrolet.
Hey, welcome back to High School Game Day here on the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. And as always, brought to you by Leona Labor's Local 663, Building, Missouri. And reminding us, hey, drive safely in those work zones. Those folks want to go home to their families as well. We're coming to you from the Bambino's Italian Cafe studio, and it's time for our Chevy Dealers, or another segment of our Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks Athletes of the Week. And we go to Glendale High School, and we bring in head golf coach Ron Yoakum. Coach Yoakum, thanks so much for helping set this up today.
Oh, you're very welcome. Excited.
Yeah. Coach, you get a great finish. Let's first talk about the team. Great finish in the state championships. Talk about your team and the overall accomplishment there.
Great season. Obviously, when you can finish by winning the state tournament, that's it's all gravy. And we started out the year with 3 girls. Audrey Duvall's a senior. Aiden Lackey and Paige were juniors that were in the state tournament last year as individuals, but not a team. And my goal is always to have a team in the state, and didn't make it last year. But this year we have another junior, Aiden Brown, and a freshman, Malin Morrissey, made our varsities at the end of the year to join the other 3. And it just clicked, and everybody played well. And, the next thing you know, we're state champions.
Tell us a little bit about that second day coming down to those last few holes. Was it in doubt? Was there someone that kind of stepped up big and helped you really secure that victory?
Fortunately, it wasn't in doubt. 2 years ago, we won the state by just a shot or 2, and everything was in doubt at the end. This year, we had about a 25-shot lead going into day 1, or after day 1, and then day 2. Now that we have live scoring, you can sort of follow how everybody's doing, and there wasn't a crisis at the end. To me, the most important thing, besides our team winning, was to try and get all 3 girls to get all state. Obviously, Paige, she was fighting for a championship. Her teammate, Audrey Duvall, was right there on her tail, along with a couple other girls. And then Aiden Lackey, I was trying to get her to get all state, which is top 15, and was able to squeeze her in there with a 14th finish. And so we had 3 all-staters to go along with the state team championship.
Very good. Well, congratulations. But move on here to our Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks Athlete of the Week, presented by the Missouri State Highway Patrol. Tell us a little bit about Paige Bowman.
Hey, Paige is a player. And as a freshman, she came in, and I already knew Paige from following her in some summer tournaments as she was growing up, and knew she was a fine player. And she finished 3rd her first year in the state. And quoting her very good friend, Audrey Duvall, and teammate, I heard there was a pretty good freshman coming in, and then our first tournament, she shot 4 under par. So she was really good. And Paige has improved every year. I keep pretty detailed stats on everything, and it's hard to improve when you're shooting about par, but she's gone from a season average 1 over her first year to even par last year to 1 under par this year. So she had a lot of great rounds. Shot a 66 at Silo Ridge, which is not an easy course. Just fabulous golfer, and even more important, that she's a fabulous person and teammate. It's my pleasure to have the opportunity to get to know her, not only as a golfer, but as a young lady.
Outstanding. Well, Paige, first off, on behalf of Chevrolet and the Missouri State Highway Patrol, congratulations for being named a Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks Athlete of the Week.
Thank you.
And I have one question, and I am a mandated reporter for the Highway Patrol. Do you always wear your seatbelt?
Yes. Very
good. Very good. Well, Paige, congratulations. And I've got to say this, and Coach kind of alluded to it a little bit about your character. I know several coaches. I'm a member at Silo Ridge, and I asked them, what's Paige Bowman like? And they said she is the most humble, kind person that they've ever met on a golf course for the ability that you have. So
wow,
that is of the most importance.
Thank you.
So, Paige, tell us a little bit about your game. What were you doing really well going into the state championships?
I would say I hit it pretty well after district, so I was hitting it pretty steady. I would say I putted pretty well the first day, and that was probably the main difference.
What do you have maybe a favorite course? Where's your low score at? Where's your most under par at? Is it the 66 at Silo?
Yes, it was at Silo, the 66.
Do you have a favorite hole on Silo?
I really like number 6 because I got my first eagle there.
Oh, nice. Do you have a least favorite? I have a least favorite.
What's your least favorite?
Number 4, the little long par 3.
Oh, that's probably my least favorite too.
Yeah. Well, I birdied it the other day, and I couldn't believe it. I don't think I'd ever even parred it. But first, let's talk a little bit about what got you involved in golf, how long you've been playing, and are you a member somewhere? And maybe who are some of the influential people in your life with regards to golf?
So I got into golf when I was probably 8 or 9. My brother and my dad played all the time. My dad played in college and professionally, so he's the one that kind of got me into it. And then him and my brother would always go out and play, so I would want to play too and not have to stay at home. So that's pretty much how I got into it. Probably 7th grade was when I got serious with golf. I played competitive soccer too, and I quit soccer to just continue doing golf. And then we still play all the time. Me and my brother still play all the time. A lot of competitive rounds. He plays at Missouri State now. So it's super fun, though. We play at Hickory. And, yeah.
Very good. Do you have a favorite club in your bag, or does it depend on the day?
I would say it depends on the day, but I like my 9-iron.
Like your 9-iron. Very good. Now, as you look at this run, all the way to the state, number one, did you run in? Obviously, you've got Audrey you're playing with, and you're very familiar with her. But do you have like some friendly rivalries out there where you look forward to, hey, and maybe it's Audrey, maybe it's a Riley Allred from Ash Grove. I don't know if you got to see her at all, but do you have friendly rivalries where you really look forward to those matches when, hey, I'm going to get to play with so and so or against so and so?
Yes. This year at state, I didn't play with Audrey. She was right behind me, but we're always kind of competitive with each other. But she's also one of my best friends, so I love playing with her. And then Eva Brown was a girl that I played with my freshman year at state, and we got 2nd and 3rd that year. So she was also someone I'm kind of competitive with. And I played with her the last round at state this time.
Yeah. So tell me, are you just a junior?
Yes.
Okay. What do you do? What are your plans here in the off season as you prepare for next year?
Well, I'm doing CrossFit, so getting stronger, getting my swing speed up, stuff like that. But then I also will continue to play in a few tournaments this off season.
Have you thought about after high school, or do you hope obviously as good as you are, you would like to play at the college level. Have you thought about that?
Yes. I'm hoping to play in the college level. It's exciting, hoping to go on some visits soon. So we'll see what happens.
If you could maybe reach out to maybe a 7th or 8th grader that was thinking about getting into golf, well, what advice would you give them knowing what you know now? What would you tell a younger player that maybe you overlooked? Maybe it's, stay the course. Maybe it's, physical, maybe it's mental. What advice would you give someone that's just started to play?
I would say to just enjoy the ride and not take it so serious, because especially at that level when you're just starting, it should just be fun and exciting and something you do that you enjoy. And sometimes it can get serious, and when it really doesn't, it's not that big of a deal at the end of the day.
When you get to the tee box, what are you thinking? What's going through your mind as you're preparing to hit? Are you thinking about the wind direction? Are you thinking about the hole or where you want to land? What's going through your mind?
Well, it always depends, but on the first tee box, I'm usually a little bit nervous. I kind of will have some goals in mind for the day, But first shot, I'm just thinking like target and deep breath, and here we go.
Very good. Tell us a little bit about the green, kind of same thing. As you're standing above that putt, what's going through your mind?
Same thing. I'll have a process that I do before I hit the ball. Get my target, step up to the ball, deep breath, and hit it.
Very good. Well, Paige, again, on behalf of Chevrolet and the Missouri State Highway Patrol, congratulations on being named an Athlete of the Week.
Thank you so much.
You bet. Coach, what have you got planned for the off season here? What are you doing to get prepared for next year? I mean, is it back to back to back? What are you thinking?
Oh, believe it or not, I'm thinking about Kickapoo boys off.
Oh, that's right.
Not that I don't mind, but I recruiting girls to get on our team as freshmen is a key to our success. Whether they've played, we can get them started the correct way. Like Paige said, don't take it so serious. We try to have fun. We try to get a little better every day. And if we can do that, then the girls that start drinking the Kool-Aid and really want to get better will. And then that just leads to more success down the road for our team. So that's what I think about is I'll play golf for our high school.
Very good. Well, Coach and Paige, it's been a pleasure. I look forward to seeing what you guys can do next year. And again, congratulations. And I look forward to what's next for Paige Bowman. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're watching the Missouri Sports Network.
Thank you, guys.
At MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. And as always, the Missouri State Highway Patrol will remind us to take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. Back after these messages.
I'll have the avocado toast minus the avocado.
So, toast.
Everything is so expensive these days.
Hey, Chevy gets it. That's why they're keeping prices down to earth, like on the most affordable EV in America. A super strong and capable Chevy truck. And a high-tech Chevy SUV. Why is Chevy making affordable vehicles connected by OnStar? It's so together we can do more.
We believe banking should make your life greater. It starts with affordable options to meet today's needs and tomorrow's dreams. From smart account options that fit your style to flexible loans for what comes next. It means convenient ways to access and manage your money whenever you need it and wherever you're headed. Most of all, it takes great support. Someone you can count on for trusted guidance and to be there for you every step of the way. Great options, great convenience, great support for life. Great Southern Bank, understanding what really matters.
When you drive a Chevy, it's time for a fresh approach and a new perspective. And find the Chevy that's right for you. Find new experiences, find new roads. Chevrolet.
Hey, welcome back to High School Game Day here on the Missouri Sports Network. Guy Newcomb alongside here on this Friday as we head into week 1 of the postseason in high school football. We welcome in to the show Nixa head coach John Perry. Coach Perry, thanks for your time today.
Man, thank you for having us on.
You bet, Coach. And this is a Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks Athlete of the Week segment presented by the Missouri State Highway Patrol. And on behalf of the Springfield Area Quarterback Club in our 76th year, want to congratulate you and a couple of your players on being selected as number 1. You were the High School Coach of the Year, Coach, and congratulations.
Thank you very much. And I appreciate what y'all do. You know, I mean, the quarterback club's fantastic. The meetings during the year are fantastic. And I appreciate everything that you do and your group does.
You bet, Coach. And I couldn't do without you. And there's a lot of people behind, the scenes that kind of help out with that. Before we go on and talk about your season, coming out of Mississippi, was this something that you guys had the occasion to meet on a weekly basis?
We had there was a Jackson Touchdown Club that would meet on Monday nights, and it was kind of similar. They would recognize a player of the week, and they would have that player and his coach come, and they would have a guest speaker or something, and then at the end of the year they would have a player of the year deal where they selected someone from the. So it was very similar.
Very good. Well, Coach, once again, on behalf of the Springfield Area Quarterback Club, congratulations on being named the Coach of the Year here for the 2024 season.
Well, I appreciate that. And I'm not an overly huge fan of individual awards because, there's so many people in this school system and in this community. And, you think the coaches, the players, the admin, everybody that comes together, so that's really what it means. It means that we have the best support system around, and it will be my name attached to it, but it's obviously for everybody else. And I'm grateful that we have the community, the school system that we have, and the team and the coaches, and we are extremely blessed.
You bet. Coach, another tremendous season, 9-0 on the season, COC champions. Tell us a little bit about the season and the things that you guys are doing really well right now going into the postseason.
Well, I think, when we go back to the spring, when they set up the schedule, we kind of thought they were trying to set us up to hurt us, because we started off right out the gate with Republic, Webb City, Joplin, Carthage. We had, all the tougher teams from the past were on the front end, but we were able to make it through that stretch. We have had a fantastic season. Our players have truly embraced chasing the best version of themselves and trying to figure out how to be the best they are and not worry about who we're playing or what the score is. If the ball is snapped, let's play 4 to 6 seconds as hard as we can. And I think that's been the biggest benefit to our team is, they are truly trying to be better every day and not looking at the scoreboard or not looking at the opponent. And, it's kind of like John Wooden used to say, he never really watched the opponent's film. Like, he was trying to put the best UCLA basketball team on the court that he could, and control what he can control. And our guys have done that. They've been fantastic. And, we're about as healthy as we've been all year long, and continuing to try to get better so that we can play for a longer amount of time.
Coach, with the season behind you, you've earned that number 1 senior district. Very familiar your team is, with the other teams in your district. How do you spend an off night on Friday night? Obviously, your team's going to be resting, but what are you doing, your coaching staff doing? Are you taking in some other games as far as scouting?
Well, that's kind of weird. We're not quite sure. Like, I would imagine I'm going to be watching several games from the house, whether it be the Ozark game or Boise State or Harding University plays tonight. So I'll watch that one tonight. But there'll be a lot of football being watched, and that'll be a little bit different, but it'll be fun.
Outstanding. Well, Coach, you've got a couple young men there beside you who are also being recognized by the Springfield Area Quarterback Club. One is Parker Mann, who was recognized as a Defensive Player of the Year. Tell us a little bit about Parker.
Well, Parker's fantastic. He's a great example of, I get questions all the time, like, I want to play college football. What do I need to do? And we freak out about what's to happen down the road, when what you really should do is, like Parker has, is just go to work, man, and work every single day to be the best, that you can. I mean, now Parker, he got an offer yesterday from Pitt State, which is one of the best Division II programs in America. And that's after 9 games of his senior year. But up until this point, all he's done is work, be better, and play great on Friday night. And when you do that, you get a chance to, continue your education and get help doing so and play for other folks. He's had a fantastic year. He's well over 100 tackles. He's very physical. He's very strong. He is the leader of our defense, no question about it, and is one of the better football players that I've had the luxury of coaching, and probably the hardest worker with the greatest attitude of anybody I've ever been around.
Parker, how are you today, sir?
I'm doing great.
Very good. First off, on behalf of Chevrolet and the Missouri State Highway Patrol, congratulations for being part of the Athlete of the Week segment and winning the Defensive Player of the Year in the Springfield Area Quarterback Club.
Thank you so much.
You bet. First off, I'm a mandated reporter for the Highway Patrol. I've got one question I have to ask. Do you always wear your seatbelt?
I do. I always wear it.
Very good. Parker, tell us a little bit about the position you play and what your roles and responsibilities are.
Yeah, so I'm playing a free safety right now. So really my job is just communicate with everyone on the defense, the play call, the coverage, what's going on, if we got to change something, move someone around, bring the linebackers out of the box. If my strong safety has to be up, got to communicate that. If he needs to be down, need to communicate that. If I'm going to be down, I need to tell everyone that I'm down or what's going on. And I think that's something that I definitely had to grow into that communication part of my game, because that's not a very natural thing for anyone to do. Trying to have 11 people on the same page at one time in a very short amount of time, it's not easy trying to get the play call in and then having everyone do their job. If something messes up, I take responsibility for it because it's my defense.
Now, Parker, without giving away any trade secrets, when you say down, does that mean you're inside the box, maybe man up on a tight end, or what do you mean when you say down?
Yeah, we have a certain different coverages. I'm not gonna say exactly where.
Right. No, I don't give anything away.
Yeah. Where I fall down into we call it a hybrid linebacker. I'm still a safety, but I play more run heavy.
Yeah. Is that a position you've played? Your entire time, or is this kind of new? When did you begin that position?
This is my first year being a safety. Last year I was our Sam backer, which is an outside linebacker. So really, it wasn't a hard change for me because of Spencer Ward. I'm really, really close with him. So over the summer, whenever I found out I was going to be that free safety spot, I worked with him almost every week just to kind of figure out what I was doing.
Yeah. Are you having fun?
I'm having so much fun.
As coming into this season, did you have any personal or team goals?
Obviously, win state. That's always one of my goals. And just become a better football player in general. Work on the things I need to work on. Obviously, new position, so I had a lot to work on. That's it.
Yeah. And Coach mentioned you'd gotten an offer from Pitt State University, and I know the offers are going to continue to come in. Is there any particular area of study that you're looking at as you enter the college?
No, not really study. I know after I want to become a pilot. So whatever gets me to become a pilot makes me go to that flight school, whatever helps me there.
Very good. Hey, my major in my first 2 years in college was eligibility, so all my classes were in the gym. But hey, Parker, again, on behalf of the Missouri State Highway Patrol, congratulations for being named Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks Athlete of the Week and the Defensive Player of the Year for the Springfield Area Quarterback Club.
Thank you, guys.
You bet. Coach, I know we've got our most valuable player there alongside as well, Dylan Roberge.
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about Dylan.
Man, Dylan's fantastic. Dylan is one of the young men that has probably grown in our program as much as anybody from the time he come into it until the time he is now. From a behavior skill wise, he has really grown as a human being. He's worked hard, he's tough as nails, and the offensive line gets a lot of credit, and they should. But Dylan does a fantastic job of getting yards after contact. He's a extremely tough individual. He's just walking around tough, so that makes him even better on Friday nights. And, we're just super proud of where he has come as a human being, not just as a football player.
Outstanding. Dylan, congratulations. How are you, sir?
Thank you. I'm good. How are you?
Very good. And again, I'm a mandated reporter for the Highway Patrol. Do you always wear your seatbelt?
Yes, I do.
All right. Dylan, tell us a little bit about your background. Have you always played that position? How did you get into football, and how long have you been playing the position you're playing now?
Yeah. So ever since first grade, I've always just been getting the ball, running back. So basically my whole life I've been getting the ball. And just growing up, I played a lot of defense, but I think my main spot was definitely running back for sure. That was definitely my best thing I could do.
Yeah. And I talk to a lot of running backs, wide receivers, and even quarterbacks throughout the year, and I always ask them, and again, don't tell me what it is, but do you have a favorite play that your eyes kind of light up when it's called, and is that something you're maybe lobbying on the sideline? Hey, coach, call this play. You don't have to tell me what it is, or do you want to catch the ball out of the backfield? What's something that kind of makes your eyes get wide open?
I think it's just my big thing is probably like power counter, but I really like getting the ball in my hands, like catching the ball, and I know Perry's been trying to do that for me this year and to get some coaches to see I can catch the ball and I can run. But yeah, I think anything up the middle for sure is probably my bread and butter.
And Dylan, what do you do to kind of get prepared for a game? Obviously, you've got a week off, but you're preparing obviously for that next game, Ozark versus Waynesville. What are you doing to mentally get prepared and physically? How are you taking care of your body and get prepared for your next game?
Usually I'm just a lot of time I'm visualizing, I'm watching film, and I do a lot of recovery with like saunas and ice baths. I do that almost every day, and I think that's a big part of my game, and I think that's a big part of anyone's game if they have the opportunity to do that. So yeah, I think that's just what I do for game days.
And Dylan, have you thought about next year? Have you gotten any offers, or are you entertaining the idea of playing at the next level?
Yeah, for sure. I have 2 NAIA offers right now. I'm hoping, I'm guessing I'll get some more as the season goes on, obviously, and during December and stuff. But yeah, for sure.
Do you have any particular interest in what you'll be studying at the collegiate level?
I was thinking something maybe in criminal justice or business for sure. I think those are my top 2 right now.
Very good. Well, Dylan, once again, on behalf of the Springfield Area Quarterback Club, the Missouri State Highway Patrol, congratulations on being named the MVP, most valuable player of the Springfield Area Quarterback Club.
Yeah, it's an honor. Thank you.
You bet. Thanks, Dylan. Coach, very good. I appreciate you setting this up, and 2 very good young men. And as you mentioned at the beginning, the Coach of the Year award comes a lot of times on the backs of players and assistant coaches and administration and fans that supported it. And but you've done a tremendous job in your time there, and always enjoy getting to hear from you at the quarterback club. I hope you've enjoyed it. I know coaches have enjoyed being there, and Art really enjoys it. Art likes getting out and getting around to it, and we appreciate everything that you've done.
Well, we appreciate y'all, and we appreciate you recognizing our kids in our program.
Outstanding. Well, Coach, hey, best of luck throughout the rest of the season. Hopefully we'll get to visit with you several more times here on the way to that December 2nd.
Can't wait. Thank you, sir.
All right. You're watching High School Game Day on the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. Certainly glad that you have tuned in. And as always, the Missouri State Highway Patrol reminds us to take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. Be safe, be smart, and be here tomorrow. And we'll be right back after these messages.
I'll have the avocado toast minus the avocado.
So, toast.
Yeah. Everything is so expensive these days.
Hey, Chevy gets it. That's why they're keeping prices down to earth, like on the most affordable EV in America. A super strong and capable Chevy truck. And a high-tech Chevy SUV. Why is Chevy making affordable vehicles connected by OnStar? It's so together we can do more.
We believe banking should make your life greater. It starts with affordable options to meet today's needs and tomorrow's dreams. From smart account options that fit your style to flexible loans for what comes next. It means convenient ways to access and manage your money whenever you need it and wherever you're headed. Most of all, it takes great support. Someone you can count on for trusted guidance and to be there for you every step of the way. Great options, great convenience, great support for life. Great Southern Bank, understanding what really matters.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate! When you drive a Chevy, it's time for a fresh approach and a new perspective. And find the Chevy that's right for you. Find new experiences, find new roads. Chevrolet.
But it is.
Hey, hello again. Hello
Hello.
once again. And welcome back to the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. And as always, brought to you by Lyona Labor's Local 663, Building Missouri, and reminding us to drive safely in those work zones. Those folks want to go home to their families as well. Also presented by the Bank of Billings. Bank of Billings established 1889, the oldest bank in Christian County. We go to Valley Park High School and welcome in head coach of Valley Park soccer program, Coach Tom Probst, and our Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks Athlete of the Week, Will Geary. Coach Probst, thanks for helping set this up today.
You're welcome. Thanks for inviting us on, Guy.
You bet. Coach, here, the regular season has all but come to an end as we prepare here for districts. Kind of tell us a little bit about Valley Park soccer this season. Obviously, a lot of success, probably due in part to the gentleman sitting next to you. But tell us, just kind of put a bow on your season at Valley Park and tell us about districts and when those begin.
Sure. We open up next Tuesday at St. Mary's. And then if we advance, the championship will be next Thursday at St. Mary's, 6 o'clock. We have had a really successful season, and that comes off the heels of another successful season. Last year we had 21 wins. This year we're at 20. But I've had the privilege to coach Will and his sort of cohort of friends that have played together in athletics here in Valley Park for a long time. And together they make quite the crew. But the last few years, we've sort of come up short when we get to this point in the season. And we've run into teams that have either finished, I think, second or third in the state tournament, and we couldn't get through them in districts. So we are viewing these districts as the next step for this team. We've had tons of success. We've beaten St. Mary's in the regular season. And so we want to keep our the pedal to the metal, so to speak.
Coach, what do you feel like right now at this point of the season you're doing really well as a team?
We're being more aggressive with the ball. We're possessing, and our team ultimately is physical, and we possess the ball well. So when we own possession, we win the game because I know we're going to be physical and I know we're going to work hard. That's sort of the team identity.
Yeah, you guys obviously located in the St. Louis area. Tell us a little bit about whether or not you're in a conference. And if so, how did that kind of shape up this year?
We are in a conference. It's a mixture. It's mostly public schools, smaller schools. Bayless is probably the largest one in it. And we are going to split the conference championship with Bayless. We beat them at their place. They beat us at ours, each by a goal. So it was close.
Again, visiting with Valley Park head soccer coach Tom Probst, and just a little bit about your background. How long have you been there, and the head soccer coach? Where did you go to high school, college, and how did you end up at Valley Park?
Sure. Well, it's kind of it's a story. I'm not from here. I'm from Pennsylvania originally. I spent a little bit of time in St. Louis because my aunt lives here. I spent a year and a half with her when I went to. I moved here and I lived with her, and I actually played for Ladue, Horton Watkins High School. And then I moved away, and I stayed away from St. Louis until I met my wife in 2013, and she was from St. Louis, so I moved back. I've been here since 2014. This is my ninth year coaching boys high school soccer, and I coached the girls for 6 years as well. So I've put together quite a few seasons of varsity soccer.
Outstanding. Well, Coach, you've got a young man sitting beside you there who's a Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks Athlete of the Week presented by the Missouri State Highway Patrol. Tell us a little bit about Will Geary.
Will Geary, first thing you need to know is he plays all sports, and he's a competitor. One of the things I really appreciate about Will is even though soccer is not his primary sport, every year he gets better. Every year he works on something. Every year he focuses on something he can get better at, and he does, and then it shows up on the field. And so, when I look back over his career, it is, he hit the ground running, scored 30 goals as a freshman. But a lot of times players like that sort of take a step back, and the next year he gets, 2 guys marking him in every game. Everybody knows who he is, and the production dips. I've had that happen before. But Will, he scored more, and then the following year, even more. And then this year, he's just unstoppable at times.
And to that end, he sets the all-time career Misha scoring record, I believe, at 149 goals in his career. Will, congratulations on behalf of Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks and the Missouri State Highway Patrol.
Yeah, thank you.
Will, did you know you were getting close to that record?
I kind of heard our AD talking about it a little bit, but I wasn't really aware how close.
Yeah. And Will, I am a mandated reporter for the Missouri State Highway Patrol. So my second question is, do you always wear your seatbelt?
Yes, sir, I do.
Very good. Very good. Tell us about the record-breaking goal, and did you realize that it was the record-breaking goal?
I did not realize it, but it just happened kind of like a lot of our other goals this season. Good team play down the field, and I think we actually got a foul on the play and then a good free kick in, and then just kind of put it on my foot and it went in.
Do you remember your very first goal?
Yes, I do.
Who and where?
We were playing at Bishop DeBerg in a preseason tournament, and I was a freshman, and then our senior, Clayton Schumacher, he was one of the best soccer players I've ever played with. He did his thing, dribbled through everybody, and then crossed it in, and I put it in the back of the net.
What got you involved in soccer? Was it friends? Was it family? Was it a coach? What initially got you involved in playing soccer?
I think initially it was probably my dad. He grew up playing soccer. He played for Rosary High School. And he just our whole family's revolved around sports. So from first or second grade, I think I started playing at Fenton Athletic Association just with a couple friends that I met along the way, and just grew up playing from there, and then came to soccer camps here in the summer, and then just kept playing through high school.
And Coach Probst mentioned that you're a multi-sport athlete. How does soccer help you? And I know it does, but kind of give the viewers an idea of how soccer helps you in the other sports.
And I think it's important if you can play multiple sports, you should try to do that. Keeps you competitive all year round. So maybe you're not getting as many swings or shots up or whatever, but you're still staying competitive. And then obviously soccer, a foot sport, it's going to help your footwork and improve everything in basketball and baseball, which I play both. And moving around, and then also just working together as a team, which just helping create chemistry with other guys. I think that's important for every sport.
Now, Will, if you could, and I've asked this question several times, we've had 10,000 athletes on. If you could get in a time machine, you're a senior. If you could get in a time machine and go back to that Will Geary who was in the 6th, 7th, 8th grade, and give yourself some advice based on what you know right now as a senior, what advice would you go back and tell yourself, hey, let's work on this or work on this? And it may be weight room. It may be humbleness. It may be what advice would you give yourself knowing what you know right now as a senior?
I would say just keep going. Keep having fun with the sports. Keep playing all of them. Get in the weight room, lift a couple weights, get as strong as you can, and just enjoy and take in every moment that you can.
As you look back on your soccer career, and I've asked this quite a few times as well, if you could go back and play one match, get on the pitch one more time for one match that you played in the past, maybe you had such a tremendous time playing it, maybe it was the record breaker, or it may have been a match that got away from you that you, hey, man, we should have won this. I'd like to go back and play this again. Are there matches that you think, as you look back on your career, that, man, I'd like to go back and do that again?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I think one that really sticks out is our district final last year. I think we lost, 1 or 2-0. But it was close all game. I think, I don't know. I mean, I know we all gave our best, but I think if we could just have that game back, we could maybe have a different result. But I don't know. I think playing out there with everybody, it was good atmosphere.
Very good. What do you do to kind of get prepared? Let's say today is match day. What are you doing throughout the day to get prepared, whether it be mentally or physically? And does it differ from a way that you get prepared for other sports?
I don't think it really differs from other sports, but getting up, make sure you're eating breakfast, getting a good lunch in, not doing anything stupid in school, trying to be the best PE athlete of all time or anything. Just kind of taking it easy, make sure you get all your schoolwork done and show up to the field, stretch out, get ready to go.
Outstanding. Again, we're visiting with Will Geary, our Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks Athlete of the Week, presented by the Missouri State Highway Patrol. Will, I understand you've made your decision with regards to next year and you're continuing your academic athletic career. Tell us a little bit about that decision, if you're comfortable.
Yes, sir. So I've kind of been raised around baseball, and that's kind of been my thing growing up. So I played a lot more baseball than soccer and basketball. So I think the recruiting process for me really started like coaches started coming out sophomore summer watching me play, and then August 1st of junior year I got a lot of calls, and Lindenwood just stuck out to me. I built a relationship with the coaching staff, and as a fit for me and for my family, I think it was the best fit, close to home. And just the relationship that I built with the coaches as well as the business school is pretty good there. So, and I think that's what I'm going to go into.
Business school. Is there a family background in business, or is that just something you enjoy?
I think that's just what I enjoy right now.
Very good. Well, that's where the money is. So
yeah.
Very good. Well, once again, Will, on behalf of Chevrolet and the Missouri State Highway Patrol, congratulations on being named an Athlete of the Week and the state record.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
You
Thank
bet.
you.
Coach Probst, again, thank you so much for setting this up. I know it's tough in the middle of a school day to get recordings in, and thank your athletic director for getting back to me. And, sometimes people don't know who Scoreboard Guy is or Missouri Sports Network, but I appreciate you being generous with your time and sharing your high school student athlete with us.
Perfect. You're welcome. Thank you.
You bet. Hey, you're watching the Missouri Sports Network at MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. And as always, the Missouri State Highway Patrol reminds us, hey, take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. Be safe, be smart, and be here tomorrow, and we'll be right back.
In the heart of Springfield on historic Walnut Street, just blocks away from the Missouri State campus, Hammonds Field, Great Southern Arena, and downtown Springfield. The Walnut Street Inn features newly remodeled rooms, breakfast served daily, and a friendly, accommodating staff. The Walnut Street Inn is also a great venue for private events. Book your stay or get more information at walnutstreetinn.com or call 417-864-6346.
Imagine a bank that goes where you go, creating seamless solutions for every step in your financial journey, allowing you to manage your money the way you want to, with a banking relationship that makes every day extraordinary. Imagine a world full of possibilities, always within reach. Central Bank. We do banking better.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 290,000 participants here in Missouri who take part in high school sports or activities.
When you drive a Chevy, it's time for a fresh approach and a new perspective. And find the Chevy that's right for you. Find new experiences, find new roads. Chevrolet.
Hey, welcome back to High School Game Day here on the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. And as always, brought to you by Liuna, Laborers Local 663, who remind us, hey, drive safely in those work zones. Those folks want to go home to their families as well. Well, as we continue on with our Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks Athletes of the Week segment, we go to Stratford High School, home of the Indians, and head football coach Tim Hester, along with our Athlete of the Week, Ryder Ross. Coach Hester, thanks for setting this up today.
Yes, thank you for having us.
Coach, first off, a little bit about the season. Tremendous season for the Indians, 8-1 on the season, 1 seed in your district. Kind of put a bow on the season up to this point for the Indians.
Yes, the boys have been, week in and week out, putting in the work, come together and gelling together. They're bonding. So we're here because our senior class is put in the work, and it's been exciting.
A 1 seed in your district, so you get a bye. How do you spend your Friday nights? You haven't had a bye in a long time. You've been playing every week.
Yeah.
Obviously maybe doing some scouting.
Yeah. Usually we're in an 8 seed. It'll be a 18 district usually, and we have to play first and second game, third game. But since it's a 17 district, we're lucky to be on our a bye week for our first time. So it's exciting to get to experience this because it gives us the opportunity to heal up. At the same time, we got to be careful because we got to stay locked in our practices, knowing that they don't have a game on Friday. But we're still practicing Monday, Thursday. I'm going to give the kids off on Friday to go possibly go watch some games. Us coaches, I got coaches going to Cuba to go watch Cuba and St. James game, and the rest of the coaches are going to Mount Vernon to watch Buffalo and Mount Vernon get after it.
Coach, as you look at this district when it came out, I thought, my goodness, this is maybe the most spread out district in the state of Missouri. Teams that you typically don't see. I mean, I know you've probably played a Mount Grove in the past, but talking with some of the coaches, they haven't seen these teams. What kind of challenges does that prevent?
Well, we've been through these challenges before because Cuba's been in our district before. We played Cuba back in 2010, and we also played them another time in 2012. Both at our places. Were top seed then. I got to remind the kids, and when we first played them, we were top ranked above them in districts, and they came out and they beat us. The second time they came down, we beat them 60-0. So it went both ways. So we faced teams from distance before St. James, Cuba, Mount Grove, Ava, Mountain View, Liberty's a Hall. So last year, traveling to St. Borgia, playing them, gave us, some experience playing some schools out of St. Louis. So it's last 2 years have been doing a lot of driving. Actually, the last 3 years we've been doing a lot of driving.
Coach, at this point in the season, you're going into week 10 here, the first game of districts. You get a bye. What do you feel like right now you're doing really well as a team?
I would say, the last 9 games, last 8 first 8 games, we've been pretty consistent when it came to our offense and defense. We had some players in and out because of injuries or some issues throughout the season. And our last game, we played at Fair Grove for the conference championship against a #1 well-coached and good players on their team. We just did it to ourselves, but we learned from our mistakes. I told the kids that, it'd be nice to go 9-0, but getting beat, puts everything in perspective. Hey, we got to start tightening things up a little bit. Stop turning the ball over. We're in the red zone 3 times. We got to score. We need that to get into districts. And facing a good team like that, it's going to help us in the long run.
Very good. Well, as I mentioned, this is a Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks Athlete of the Week awards deal presented by the Missouri State Highway Patrol and your Springfield area quarterback club, small school offensive player of the year. Sitting beside you in Ryder Ross. Tell us a little bit about Ryder.
Ryder came a long ways. He's been waiting for this moment ever since he played football. I guarantee that he's very humble about it, and he's patient. And you probably heard me say this word before. Patient is what Ryder Ross is about. He's not selfish. He's about the team. He don't like being interviewed. So he hates it. It's all about him right now, but he knows that the only reason he's here in this spotlight is because his offensive lineman and his quarterback. Ryder Ross is since 9th grade has been patient. His 10th grade, his junior year, he played behind Silas Morton. He didn't get the accolades like he had, like other running backs that started since their sophomore year. But his time is due, and it's showing.
Very good. Well, Ryder, how are you, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. And on behalf of Chevrolet and the Missouri State Highway Patrol, congratulations on being awarded the Chevrolet Athlete of the Week.
Thank you.
My first question, because this is presented by the Missouri State Highway Patrol, and I'm a mandated reporter, do you always wear your seatbelt?
Yes, I do.
Very good. Very good. Well, Ryder, tell us a little bit about that process of kind of sitting behind, watching guys in front of you and learning from them. What was that like growing up in that situation?
Yeah, I think it just helped me a lot because the 3 running backs that have been above me all 3 years, they've all been really good themselves, and they've all had their own special characteristics that they're good at, and that's just helped me to get better at all 3 of those things of my game.
When you look at people that have kind of molded you, have influenced you in your football career, your academic career, obviously maybe parents are going to be on that list. Who are some of the people that have had a huge effect on you?
All my coaches, and then my parents, and then my whole team, and Mason, Caleb, Silas, they've all been running backs above me. They've helped me a lot. Just everyone that's been with me along the way.
And without telling me what it is, because I'm not trying to give away any secrets here, but do you have like a favorite play when it's called where your eyes kind of light up and think, hey, this is one of my plays? Don't tell me what it is, but do you have those?
Yes.
Do you ever find yourself lobbying Coach Hester on the sideline, hey, we need to go to this or something like that?
No, I try not to do that.
Very good. What do you do? Let's say it's game day. What are you doing to kind of get prepared mentally and physically for a game, whether it be drinking lots of water, getting rest, game film? What's your preparation like?
Try to drink a lot of electrolytes the day of so I don't cramp, and then just watch over all the film, make sure I'm not missing anything the other team's doing.
Very good. Again, we're visiting with our Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks Athlete of the Week, presented by the Missouri State Highway Patrol, Stratford Indian, Ryder Ross. Ryder, if you could get in a time machine and go back to that 8th grade, 7th grade Ryder Ross and give yourself some advice based on what you know now as a senior, whether it be, hey, get in the weight room, whether it be patient, be humble. What advice based on what you know right now as a senior would you go back and give yourself?
Probably tell myself get in the weight room earlier, because I didn't start working out until after freshman season, so kind of got a late start to that.
If you could go back this year and play a game over again, maybe it's last week, where things maybe kind of got away from you, or maybe you had a great game, set records. Are there games you look back and said, man, I sure like to go back and play that one again?
Definitely the Fairgrove game. I'd love to get another shot at them.
Outstanding. Well, Ryder, once again, on behalf of Chevrolet and the Missouri State Highway Patrol, congratulations on being the Athlete of the Week and the Springfield Area Quarterback Club Offensive Player of the Year.
Thank you.
Coach, we talked a little bit about what you got planned between now and then. Going into this week, obviously you're going to get, and everybody after 9 weeks has got bumps and bruises, but outside of that, are you relatively healthy?
Yes. We're lucky to be where we are today, because usually class 2, class 3, when kids play both sides of the ball, there's always that major injury. We almost thought we lost a player the first week, and it ended up not being serious. So right now we're totally healthy. Hopefully the bumps and bruises from last Friday we'll recover from that. And so being at this point with injury freeze, that's pretty good.
Very good. Again, Coach, thank you so much for being generous with your time here today. And Ryder, again, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
You're watching High School Game Day here on the Missouri Sports Network. And as always, the Missouri State Highway Patrol will remind us to take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. Be safe, be smart, and be here tomorrow.